I just watched a full interview of NATO's Secretary General Mark Rutte that he gave on CNN, and it's really super interesting. A couple of things that I have to say prior to this. First of all, I have to admire the way that he's very diplomatic about everything that he's saying and really trying to stay on Trump's good side. Like, you can tell so easily. But before getting deeper into details, let's have a look together on a couple of things that he said.
How many NATO allied countries, a lot or a little, thought that the war that President Trump and Israel waged against Iran was illegal, was an illegal war? Do you think that's a prevalent view?
No, because NATO has always taken the position that degrading these capabilities of nuclear and the ballistic missiles is crucial, and that Iran can never get its hands on those two capabilities. There is widespread support for that point of view.
Generally, of course, he's right about that. Like, most of European countries don't want Iran to have nuclear missile. The big question is, wasn't that what the attack 9 months ago on Iran through the US was about? I mean, if I remember correctly, and I think we all remember, Trump was very clear about what happened at that time.
Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace.
This is what we're talking about. Completely and totally obliterated means it's gone. There's nothing left. Not 9 months later we have to fully attack that country again for the same reason. This doesn't really make any sense to me. And when it comes to the question originally asked by Jake Tapper to Mark Rutte, the question was how many countries think it is an illegal war? And if it is also a statement that he would support, and clearly Mark Rutte says no, he does not support that statement because he doesn't think it is an illegal war, and he dodges the question by answering that generally all NATO countries agree that Iran should not have access to nuclear weapons or intercontinental ballistic missiles. I go with that, I understand that, but didn't answer the question, was this war illegal? There was no UN Security Council mandate for that war, which means, yes, it is violating international law and therefore technically an illegal war. Then the US was claiming it was Article 51 self-defense. How? 9 months after you already attacked and obliterated the whole program, how is this self-defense? This is the other side of the planet. You're not in danger.
When President Trump threatened to kill the entire Iranian civilization, did that bother you at all as a diplomat?
Well, you know, what I always say when it comes to what leaders are saying, I'm not commenting on everything. What I want you to know is that I support the president, and I know large parts of Europe do, when it comes to taking out the capacity of Iran to export chaos to the region, to Europe, to the whole world. They are one of the main enablers of Russia's war effort in Ukraine. We all know this.
Yeah, all the drones.
With the drones. It is an existential threat to Israel if they would get their hands on a nuclear capability. It is great to try to negotiate it away, but we also always knew that with North Korea it took too long, and then North Korea had its hand on a nuclear, and then you cannot negotiate any longer, and they have that power.
Honestly, I don't even know where to start. First of all, what he's referring to when he says Trump threatening to basically kill the entirety of the country, this is what he was referring to. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. What kind of president would say something like this? Like, put this on the internet, put it out there. This is deranged. It is absolutely crazy. It's insane. You can't do that. That is ridiculous. Of course, Mark Rutte, here again, being a diplomat and really trying to stay on Trump's good side, as I said before. Okay, yeah, sure, if this is your goal, but this is something where you have to show a bit of a backbone. Come on. You have to state that this is absolutely not okay. Under no circumstance can you communicate like this about another country, threatening to just like wipe it off the surface of the planet. What's going on with this guy? I mean, Trump, well, I don't even want to get into it. I'm not a big fan, probably not surprising here. So yeah, this is the one thing. And the other thing is, he said Iran is one of the main enablers of the Russian war effort with the drones and everything. It's kind of true, but did you know Russia was about to cut its budget because they were running slightly low on money because of the war in Ukraine. But now, since Trump attacked Iran, the situation changed. And Putin told everybody to just forget about the budget plans that they just made because of being low on capital. Because now money is pouring in quite a lot more than they expected because the oil prices are so high that Russia benefits from that. And not only that, but also fertilizers are stuck in the Strait of Hormuz as well. So fertilizers can't get out, which anyway is like a horrible timing because, well, it's spring and unsurprisingly, that's pretty much exactly the time when you need a lot of fertilizers. So some countries will run into major problems when it comes to food supply within this year because of the situation. Russia, however, is exporting fertilizers. So again, they are profiting from this. I don't know what he's talking about. Yes, Iran is supporting Russia with drones, but indirectly, Trump is massively supporting Russians' war effort and everything in Russia going on currently because of the attack that he just did. Why is this not being talked about? It is a main issue.
Is the world safer today than it was before the war was started?
Absolutely. Because, and this is thanks to President Trump's leadership, degrading these capabilities is really very important for your and my safety here in the US, in Europe, in the Middle East.
I mean, seriously, is the world a safer place because of the attack on Iran? As we just said, nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles that they may have been constructing in Iran, first of all, we don't know. Second, wasn't that exactly what they said they destroyed last year? So I don't know exactly what they are talking about. And then, yes, the world is a safer place thanks to Donald Trump and his politics. He threatened to attack a NATO member country just 2 months ago. He kidnapped the president of another country. It doesn't matter if it was a legitimate president or not, and if it was horrible for his people or not. None of that matters. That's the way he acts. Like, he's not acting like a normal person. That's why everybody is so afraid of him. That's why all politicians try to be on his good side. He acts very unpredictably all the time. The world is not a safer place because of Trump being in power. It's quite the opposite. The world is unpredictably unsafe because of Donald Trump being in power. As a European, for us it sucks. All our prices are up a lot. Life becomes unbearably expensive for the majority of people here in Europe. And that is thanks to Trump. So I cannot agree with Mark Rutte on any of the things he said, basically. Other than, yeah, clearly we would prefer Iran not having nuclear weapons. But we had no proof that they were actually close to having any. So what are we talking about here? What's he talking about? If you made it this far, this was a really heavy topic, huh? Should I leave you with a little bit of an uplifting video of panda bears being panda bears? I think that's probably a good idea because I don't want to ruin your day. I want you to have a good day ahead. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the pandas.